What's up, guys? I'm a TFT player. I'm a bad TFT player, but I want to get better. And I recently watched a video from Learning TFT, a channel here on YouTube, where he was coaching another player. And I took some big lessons out of that I wanted to kind of lock in for myself so that I can improve. And so I'm going to share those today and kind of analyze my game because it's something I've never really done. The biggest thing I took out of that video was you need to be more intentional about how you spend your time in TFT. A lot of times I just spam games and like sometimes I'm not even having fun. I just keep playing to try to, get lucky, hit a good high roll and then level up or rank up, but that's like not a good use of time and I need to be more intentional about what I'm doing. So, I think in the video he mentioned that you should be spending about 50% of your time learning outside of the game, which right now I'm probably doing like 10% or less. And until this set, I was not spending any time learning. I was just playing, just spamming games. And so I need to be more intentional about my time. That's a big takeaway. Um, I want to have more fun. Playing better is fun to me. Just spamming games gets to a point where it's not even fun. And so I'm going to start spending my time more wisely. And so, just like a broad overview of my history playing TFT, I don't think I've ever been above platinum in a set until this set. I usually don't play super hardcore. I usually play a little bit. I'll get up to platinum and then I'll call it. It gets too hard at that point because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not good enough. I don't spend time learning. And so I'll hit platinum and I'll say that's good enough. And then I'll go play another game or do something else. And this set, I actually have spent a lot more time. I invested a lot more time trying to get past platinum. And at this point, I'm in diamond. But you can see, like, I got up through platinum really quickly. I think it took me 9 days about to get out of platinum, which is something I had never done. And then you can see in emerald, I was stuck for how many days here? Almost a month. I was pretty much just hovering in low emerald. And I think right here where I finally get out of emerald, I spent some time outside of the game learning. And so I've already shown myself, if you spend time outside of the game, you're going to reap the benefits in game. And so that's something that like I kind of learned myself, but hearing someone else say it kind of like locked it in for me. And so you can see again, I got stuck in the bottom of diamond and I've been slowly climbing up out of that now. And so I just want to, my goal right now is obviously to get to master. Um, and I think that's achievable, especially if I start spending more time outside of the game. So that's a little bit of my background. So I'm gonna try to be more intentional about my time, upload videos to like lock in the learnings for myself, and also just get used to content creation. So another big takeaway I had from the coaching session from Learning TFT was that it's okay to force comps and it's okay to commit really hard to certain comps. Um, the player that he was coaching was afraid of committing to certain comps and he would just be flexible. And I'm assuming like anytime a good unit would come up, he would just pivot into that comp of that good unit. And so he never really had a foundation. He wasn't really stable in his games. And Learning TFT suggested that you pick, a handful of good comps and only play those. Like most of your games, you're only playing these, handful of comps that you can learn and get really good at. And so for me, I like to play amp a lot. And so amp is kind of like my cornerstone comp. And I sometimes I force it. Sometimes it doesn't work out that well, but I feel a lot better like forcing one comp after hearing, a coach say or having someone say it's okay to force a comp and to learn it really well. And that's actually what you should be doing when you're not very good at TFT. Like I'm not very good. So amp is like what I feel most comfortable with. It's what I like a lot. I know it really well. at this point, and that's kind of like my main comp. But um, I think for me, I'm going to try to pick 4 comps and try to get really comfortable with those. I've already got Amp, and I've played quite a bit of Vanguard Marksman, so that'll be my second. And I've played Street Demon quite a bit as well in the past. Earlier on in the set, I played it quite a bit. So that one's I'm pretty comfortable with that. And then I think Anima Squad Zaya is like not that hard to play. Um, and I also like it because you can kind of go into either Vanguard Aphelios, like Vanguard Marksman 4x4, or Anima Squad Zaya. They're kind of flexible in that respect. And then the amp kind of flexes with Street Demon a bit since they share the strategists up front. And so I think those are a good 4 comps for me to force or to focus on. Um, Graves has gotten really popular lately, but I'm going to shy away from that just because it seems like every game has at least one Graves player right now. And you can see it is the strongest. I'm looking at just Diamond, which is where I'm at right now. It is the strongest for top 4 share, but I'm just not going to play it because 1, I don't really like it. 2, it's contested pretty heavily. um, and yeah, I just feel better with these 4. So for me, my focus for the next couple days is going to be learn these 4 comps, play them 90% or more of my games, and see how it goes. See if I can keep climbing. Um, I think just focusing on a top 4 every game, or at least avoiding like 7th and 8th, will help me a lot. And just like knowing like, okay, I'm going into the game, there's 4 comps I can play. That makes me feel a lot more comfortable deciding like what units to keep and what direction to have. So that was a really big takeaway for me. So that's my focus for that. And then the other takeaway I had is just to use tools more, like use data, use tools more. I use them a little bit now, but like I need to get better at using these tools. I need to get better at like building my own boards and kind of like having cheat sheets for how I'm going to play a certain comp, like what artifact items I'm going to use. So I think for today, I'm going to try to focus on building my 4 boards that I'd like to focus on and get better at. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'll have these 4 boards sorted out with cheat sheets on items, artifact items, different, like maybe I'll focus on like 5 cost units that are good to put in for each of these. Maybe I'll focus on emblems as well, and just kind of have like a solid cheat sheet for each of those through this, where is it? The team builder page. So that's my focus there. And yeah, I want to get better. So I'm just going to keep analyzing my game. Every day I'm going to kind of like look at how my last day went, what things worked well, what I need to get better at, and maybe like try to find one learning I can take from other teachers on YouTube, other channels, and then try to integrate that into my game and see how far I can climb. So we'll see how it goes.